9 top careers for people who are restless and easily distracted. Do you find it difficult to zero in on a task, object, or topic for a long period? If yes, here are 9 fulfilling jobs you might want to explore. To succeed in the professional world, pick a job or career that provides the right amount of distractions for your natural temperament or personality, and use activities inherent in the job effectively so you can transform your natural habits and behavioral tendencies into talent. Don't get distracted. Watch this video now. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm doing fantastic today. I'm a little distracted though, but I'm sure we'll have a nice conversation around the topic. And today's topic is very simple: 9 top jobs for people who are restless and easily distracted. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. I want to talk to you about those 9 jobs. Number 1, public relations specialist. Now, if you have a hard time switching off, disconnecting, or staying focused on the same topic for extended period of time, you might want to consider a career in media production, in public relations, in communications in general. There is rarely a dull moment, right? There's stuff going on all the time. They are busy. If you have to manage different clients from different industries and from different locations and working for different businesses, you're going to have a lot of fun, working and reacting to any news by the second. And you can learn to communicate with very different audiences. So in that environment, what you really have here is that you are forced to be constantly in the moment. You cannot be bored. Whether you're working with the traditional press or social media or anything in between, there's never a moment of boredom here. Now, public relations professional, usually they have to absorb and synthesize vast amount of information in a short period of time. And what they do is sometimes they don't even have time to filter that information. They have to aggregate it and produce something potent, something potable, right? So the distractions are very low. So the social distractions you might have will be relentless in terms of always checking the likes or whatever post a friend on Facebook has uploaded. But those distractions are usually great because they complement the job description of a public relations specialist, right? For instance, if a client is if they have to do crisis communication for a client and people are posting stuff on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, reading and watching whatever content people are posting about that client is complementary to the job of a public relations specialist. All right, number 2, consultant. Now, if you are bored, a great job alternative is consultant. If you want to avoid monotony and routine, that's great. You're going to travel if you're lucky. If you work for a Big 4, I'm talking about those Big 4 consulting companies: Deloitte, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and the fourth one, and Ernst & Young, or Accenture, or those big companies. If you are working as a consultant, you're not going to be bored, right? Each assignment is a unique opportunity to learn something new. You can understand a new client. You can develop new expertise. You can analyze and evaluate a topic from a different niche or angle. All of those things are going to keep you on your toes when it comes to being focused, right? So what or the ability of learning new stuff is greatly prioritized in the consulting world. So you're not going to get bored. Another job that might interest you is a software developer. Now, a lot of software tasks only take a few weeks, and this prevents monotony. So if you are a software developer, you are going to deal with a wide range of problems, and they will be interesting, they will be captivating, they will be nerve working. Sometimes they might actually trigger a lot of intellectual fitness or intellectual exercise from you, but that's great, right? Those things will keep you thinking over and over and over, right? It will keep you thinking even at night. So, if you have to produce clean, efficient code based on specifications, you have to test, deploy programs and systems, if you have to fix and improve existing software, or you have to work with developers somewhere on the other side of the globe, and you have to design with those developers algorithms, flowcharts, processes, you have to produce efficient code. All of those things will keep you on your toes, intellectually speaking. All right. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere, and I will give you 3 more jobs for people who are restless and easily distracted. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. If you love the content we are just pushing onto you so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Comment below. Let us know if you have other jobs that we haven't covered so far, and let us know your opinion about being distracted and being restless in general, and share this content and like it. Number 4, social media marketing specialist. Now, here is another job where you will never get distracted. Why? A lot is going on all the time. A lot is going on by the second. We live in an era where the internet and its corollary of platforms and processes and algorithms are dictating our daily lives, right? People can spend a whole day, week, or month, or year on Facebook, right? Or Instagram or YouTube. So this is the world we live in right now. So if you are a social media marketing specialist, you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff. You're going to be developing, implementing, and managing social media strategy for a company or for clients, right? You can manage and oversee the social media content itself. You can also measure the success of every social media campaigns. You can actually pay attention to viral videos, what's really happening right now, what's popping in the news headlines. All of those things will keep you on your toes, intellectually speaking. If you have to train others, if you have to provide constructive feedback, if you have to engage with the audience, if you have to collaborate with a vast swath of stakeholders, from customers to vendors to regulators to platform providers, all of those things will really keep you busy. Number 5, a teacher. A teacher is a great job. It's a great career, especially for those who are restless and easily distracted, because you are working directly with children. If you work in a career that brings you to children, you're going to have to be focused. That's just part of the game. You can't be distracted. So, if you're dealing with teaching or childcare, those jobs rely on your dynamic personality and thoughtful creativity. Now, they might put your patience to the test. However, they will force you to be in the moment. They will force you to understand, to have spatial intelligence, emotional intelligence, connect with the object of your attention. It could be the job you're currently doing, or the children, or the people you're teaching, or whatever you're doing. All right. So a teacher is a great being a teacher is a great career in general, but for those who are restless and easily distracted, it's even better. Why? Because you have a variety of tasks. For instance, you can be if you're a teacher, you're going to develop and issue educational content. I'm talking about notes, assignments, tests. You're going to have to supervise classes to ensure all students are learning. You're going to have to teach the content. You're going to have to plan and implement educational activities and events. You're going to have to ensure your classroom is clean and orderly. There are so many things you're going to have to be doing that it's never boring. Job number 6, a chef. One of my favorite. Now, if you are a chef, this is a great career for someone who is restless and easily distracted. The variety, the array of activities involved in a chef job, it's just fantastic. It's just wonderful, and that's going to keep you, intellectually speaking, on your toes. Why? A lot of folks think that a chef is only someone who cooks and just brings the food to premium guests or to guests in general. But the chef, there is a reason why the chef is called a chef, because before everything, that person is the manager of the kitchen. We have chefs who oversee teams ranging from 10 to 100 people. If you are a chef at the White House or a chef at the Buckingham Palace in the UK, you are overseeing a large staff. So you're going to have to, besides your culinary skills, you're going to have managerial skills, leadership skills, emotional skills, right? Interpersonal skills to be able to manage your team. You also have another thing that chefs do that a lot of folks don't know about, that chefs helps the company, the organization they're working for, or the restaurants comply with the health department services regulations, right? They think about it. They are engaged in strategic thinking. They think about new recipes. They think about how the new food or how the ingredients will fit into the season. They do this sort of I would call extrapolation thinking, brainstorming around what's next, really, and that's very important. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're actually having a conversation around 9 top jobs for people who are restless and easily distracted. Number 7, entrepreneur. Now, there are not a lot of career paths that provide you with more variety than entrepreneurship. Think about it. If you are an entrepreneur, chances are you're going to dabble into a lot of things. You're not going to, even if you just have a skill set, let's say you are an engineer, once you switch from a 9-to-5 engineer working for a company into an entrepreneur, chances are you're going to have to dabble into marketing, into product design, into communication, into legal, and so on and so forth. So you will never be bored. That's why entrepreneurs really, they work 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, or 16 hours a day, because the job requires that, the situation requires that I would say that variety of skills, and it triggers some kind of intellectual activity, I would say prosperity. Your brains, your neurons are working harder, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, you have to come up with an idea. You need to find the resources to turn that idea into action. You have to interact with key stakeholders. I'm talking about investors, regulators, people you're going to hire. You're going to have to sell that business. You're going to have to develop the business. There's just no time for boredom or routine when you have turned yourself into a business. Number 8, if you are a restless and easily distracted person, consider becoming a journalist. Now, if you have a hyperactive mind, journalism is wonderful. Why? Again, the diversity of tasks. If you work for a big paper, they're probably just shipping you from one assignment to the other, right? If you work, for instance, for a big paper such as the New York Times or the Washington Post or the Los Angeles Times, it's just the range of options, the range of assignments is nearly similar. It's just limitless. So you can work one day on music and local news, and next one on politics and the economy. So you in that job as a journalist, you combine elements of creativity, you combine elements of analytical skills, you have element of investigative skills. You combine everything, so you can turn your distractions into actual learning experience. Right? And this is a great experience because it makes you far less emotional about what you know than what you can learn. Number 9, an artist. Now, artists are the quintessential professionals that can turn distractions and restlessness into something, into talent, right? Because artists they explode with creativity. They explode with inspirations, but that creativity, that inspirations must come from somewhere. And sometimes it comes from what some professionals might call distractions, right? Let's say you are a choreographer, you are a dancer, you're looking for inspiration. You go in the park, you see people just go about their business, some kind of crazy moves. oh, you pick it up, you just write it down, and you just take a mental note of it, and you can incorporate that sort of scene that you've seen at the park. You can incorporate that into a full-fledged choreography, right? So this is really, so everything from TV producer to theatrical stage manager to concert pianist to choreographer to singer, all of this job categories will be greatly used or greatly inhabited, if you will, by people who are restless and easily distracted, right? Because they can express their artistic abilities while also tending to their distractions, to their natural temperament. Okay, so this is it, folks. I've just talked to you about the 9 top careers for people who are restless and easily distracted. Here they are as a recap: public relations specialist, consultant, software developer, social media marketing specialist, teacher, chef, entrepreneur, journalist, and artist. I will speak to you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.